All right. All right. Couple minutes late here, trying to fix up a couple of things here. All right. I got it. I'm good. We're good. Come on, JB. Let's go. Come on, Jonathan Barkov. Let's do this thing. All right. Game one. You know, I'm hungry. I'm actually. Hey, bud, how you doing, buddy? Hey, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I got the pepperoncinis. Just waiting for, we'll do it a little bit like in the middle of the live stream so enough people can come on. I got my chocolate milk and I got my Flying Fluffy mug. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's got that logo on it, and then it's got the other logo on it. I'm gonna drop the link. Yeah, man, it's been a whole 2 days, right? Tell you, I didn't know what to do with myself. I got so used to doing. Hey, Mike, how you doing, buddy? Mike, can you believe I did that? Is the volume and everything good? You're sharing the checker. Really? That's interesting. Hey, Jonathan Barkov. Christian, the true man. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming out. All right, JB. So we're not going to do this right this second because I want to give people time to come in. But I got, unless you have to leave. If you're in a rush, hey, Ledex, I got him. I got him, JB. All right, so we're good to go. I got my chocolate milk. I'm going to drop a link here. I'm not sure if it's going to work or not. You guys tell me. Somebody check that link out. Tell me if it works. That is the link to the Teespring store where there's the Flying Fluffy mug. It's got that logo on one side, and it's got the rarely seen. It's got that logo on the other side. All right, man. Mike, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you coming out, man. And I appreciate your help. I'm going to look at that OBS. I didn't get a chance to do it today because I had to do a few other things for the other businesses, but I'm gonna get that right. I'll get it right. That whole thing. I knew it wasn't gonna. I'm not saying I knew it wasn't gonna work, but trying out something like that for the first time, I should have done some practice runs to make sure that I did it right. Raven, how you doing, buddy? No, I did not hear. What's up with that? Bud, George Richards made an article about a Phil Kessel trade. Yeah, Frank, an ambulance. Oh, it works? Or the link says I got two different things. One says the link says to log in, and the other one says it works. Do you get to the page where you can buy the mug? Hey, Derek, how you doing? Tampa in 6. Let me see here, guys. Hey, Stu, how you doing, buddy? You got to order some takeout. Hey, Slightly Sweet, man. Thanks for coming out, buddy. Oh, you saying about Pasternak lost his kid? Jesus. What happened, man? Habs in 6. All right. I went with Habs in 7, but I'll take Habs in 6. I'm not betting anybody. I ain't stupid. I'm not going to be stupid again. I'm not going to be stupid again with that. You know what I mean? But it's okay because JB, man, he let me do the pepperoncinis. And the best thing is that I didn't want to have to go. I didn't want to have to go all the way over to the grocery store, which is about a 15-minute drive. So the Dollar General right next to the post office, luckily had pepperoncinis all the way in the bottom. It was like 2 jars left. All right, Raven. Yeah, I'll have to. He lost his infant son. God, that's tough, man. That's absolutely brutal. I hope. And I'm real bad with stuff like that, man. I usually, that's one thing I usually don't know what to say. A lot of times I make jokes, so a lot of times I just shut up when something happens like that because that's how I deal with things. Even if somebody in my own family dies, I crack a joke. So I've learned publicly just to keep my mouth shut. But That's pretty bad, man. That's a shame. Jeez. You hate to hear that with anybody. All right. So, hey, JB, I got a question for you. On the pepper. So, like, what part can I not eat? Like, do I just suck the whole thing, seeds and all, and just leave the little stem? Is that it? Is that what I got to do? How does this? I tell me, man. You tell me. Yeah. All right. So what do we got about 13 people here. Give it just a few more minutes. I'm going to go. I tried to pick the jar that had a big one. This looks like it's, let me see. All right, hold on a second. I don't want to get stuff all over the keyboard, right? Hold on a second. Let me take this out over here. Oh, you guys probably want to see it on camera so you know I'm not screwing around. All right, here we go. All right. It doesn't even have a stem. So like all that crusty stuff on the top, I got to eat that too, huh? All right. I just popped the whole thing in my mouth. Let's see. No crusty. Oh, okay, good. I can leave that part out. I appreciate that, man. You're a cool guy. All right. So, Raven's at. Yeah, so you guys that are not on the Discord, that are not on the Patreon, a quick story. Here's what I did. I've been using Zoom now, without any problem, right? And I should probably, I don't know if One Bad Steve is going to be able to make it today. So the point is that he convinced me to try to use Discord to record the video instead of Zoom because Zoom was working too well for me, I guess. And but because Discord's free and you can do multiple people. So anyway, long story short, is after he shows me how to do it, I'm like, hey, can I record it? He's like, so I said, oh, don't worry about it. I'll just use the Xbox app to record because you record the screenshot. Well, my dumb ass didn't think about it, as I've been doing this the whole time with Zoom and never had a problem. My dumb ass, I didn't record his mic. So he was muted the whole time. So it was an hour. We had a great conversation. It was really, really good. And then it didn't take. His freaking mic did not freaking take. Yeah, look, for you guys that JB, I'm going to answer your question. For you guys that come to the live streams like this, even if you're just a $3 Patreon, you can invite somebody, but just one. I don't want it to get crazy with people that, I'm just trying to make it so that it's a benefit for the people that do the Patreon. But yeah, for you guys that are here and like this, if it's a $3 and you can still invite somebody, I've got that out there as the carrot to try to get the $5, obviously. And if anybody who did the $5 specifically that they could invite somebody, go ahead. You could invite two, but that's it. All right. Don't kill me. Okay. Don't kill me. I do the best I can to make it everybody, to make it fair for everybody. All right. Deadpool. Hey, wait, I saw something up here. Hold on a second. Donnell, thanks for coming out, man. Right. So let's see. As a diehard New York sports fan, tri-state, he watches all three. You're going for Canadiens. Yeah, that's kind of where I am, Donnell, is I will scream to the mountaintops. Habs are going to win this series, but I ain't putting any money on it. You see what I'm saying? No betting. No betting. Because, the Lightning, they got a good team. But I sure as hell hope Carl Caulfield shoves it right back at him, man. All right, let's see. All right, guys. Deadpool. Dude, I get, hey, look, Deadpool, I asked, and JB will show you. It was his bet, and I asked him what pepper I had to do, and he picked peppercini, man. So I get it. And look, little baby steps. I've never done this, right? So what I will say is I'm going to do this, and then if if I don't die, the next time I bet somebody, I'll take it up a notch. But it was JB letting me do it. You know what I mean? And when you're a novice, when you've never done it before, I don't know. We'll see. I'm getting ready to do it now. All right, JB. I see. I got somebody mess. Okay, JB, click. Tell me when you're ready. When you're ready, and we'll do this. All right. It's a good size. All right. It's a solid 2 inches. Not going to eat any crusty parts. All right, Raven. I see that. Very cool. Very cool. Unfortunately, the notifications pop up and block the stupid. They block the chat. You're ready. All right, buddy. I'm gonna advertise this one more time. I got my Flying Fluffy mug. There's the one logo. I just got the sample in the mail yesterday. And then there's the other logo. I don't know if you guys can see it because of the glare. He's on his back with his stick there. It's $15 in the Teespring store. It's got my chocolate almond milk in there. All right. I got my napkin. I'm ready to go. Here we go. All right. It's not too bad. Oh, I'm going to pay for that later. All right. That wasn't too bad. You let me off the hook. I'm sweating. There we go. I'm sweating. Oh, JB, you let me off the hook, man. I mean, that was not bad. I'm going to regret eating them damn seeds, though. All right. That was not bad. You were right. I'm sweating. I'm going to leave the hat off for a half a minute. All right, don't cry. That was actually pretty good. I don't want to eat another one, though, because I don't know what that's going to do to my stomach. But I'll tell you what, JB, I owe you one, man, because you could have definitely what's the habanero? I thought about that for a half a minute, but boy, I'd be dying. If anybody wants to make a stupid bet for the habanero, but it's got to be stupid. It has to be stupid. It was all a trick to see the ball head. Now, Bud, I know I missed a couple comments. I'm going to catch up, but the last one I'm going to see, Bud. Well, the one that was going to be at the BB&T. Now that was during COVID, right? That's the one, and then they just aren't giving it back to us because I saw the headline, but that's all I saw. I didn't read the story. Habs in 4. Oh! All right, Mike, you are on, and I will take it. If Habs win in 4, habanero. Absolutely. I will wash that sucker off and do a habanero. You got it. That's absolutely good. That pepper was good. I'm feeling it, though. You know, here's the thing I didn't want to tell you, JB. Sometimes I have an allergic reaction to the peppers and I get a headache. Depending on the type of pepper. Like I can eat green peppers, okay, but sometimes like the yellow and the red, I'm starting to feel it. I'm okay. I won't die. All right. Let's put this hat. Yeah, habanero. Oh, I like that, man. Okay, so I know I missed a few things up here. I'm going to catch up. But so you're saying that they just took the one from us and gave it to Vegas? That's crap. No, it was just the one, Stu. It was just the one. I'm feeling it. Oh well, that's my hot pepper challenge part. It's not the spice. It's the headache. All right, real quick here. Let me catch up on a couple of things that I missed. Just so, because last time Stu was giving me, Stu didn't pay me for last live stream because I got too far behind in the chat. The check bounced, man. All right, let's see. Tampa's going to win. That's what happened when you have 10 million. Yep. Dwayne Dietz, thanks for coming out, man. That's a new season. I'm reading your thing at the same time. That's a new person to the channel. I appreciate it. Next season, Hedman will fake an injury, right? Did you guys see that? The quote from, who was it? Was it Kucherov? Remember, it was a quote that they asked him about the injury because he missed 2/3 of the game. And his basic quote was what? There was no injury. I don't know what you're talking about. He's man, I don't want to say anything bad because I know I got Tampa fans in here, but Kucherov doesn't seem to be like a nice guy. What are you Tampa Bay fan? Do you guys like him? I mean, just because he's on your team? Like, I know there's some players that are just like jerks, but you like them because they're on your team. Has anybody met him, or is he one of those guys that even Tampa Bay fans aren't thrilled with? And that's an honest question. I know, like, for, being a Dolphin fan, man, a lot of times, if you caught Marino in the wrong day and you met him in public, he wasn't pleasant, Okay, so the Norris Trophy is gonna be tonight. All right. Yeah, it's a shame Ekblad's not on that list. Oh, Stu, man, you eat sushi? Yeah, I tried sushi a couple times. I had sushi one time to try and impress a girl. That didn't work out too well. All right, let me catch up here. Let's see. Oh, how to watch hours. Last I checked, I was at 3.6. Let me check it. Let me go check it now. Let me come over here. And let's see. I checked it after the last game, and I was at 3.6. Let me see here. I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to ask you guys for a favor here real quick. Let's see. I'm at 3.7. So, yeah, I got another 100 hours in the bank there. So I know most of you guys are hockey fans and everything, but if anybody, when you guys see, I know I keep bitching about this, but I'll keep bitching. The football videos, if the channel's really, really going to grow to the size that we all want, I got to be able to do football too. And they like the AFC South preview I did yesterday is stuck at like 40 views because it's not getting shown anywhere. So if you guys see the football videos and have a second to just share it anywhere, just share it from YouTube, because then the algorithm will start recommending it more. Because I'm noticing in my analytics, the football stuff is like 60-70% from the browse features, because it's not really getting, my subscribers aren't really football people for the most part. So if it doesn't get shared, then YouTube doesn't put it in that recommended, so then the videos just die. And I know it's summer and, it's divisional previews. I get that. I'm just trying to build a little bit of momentum there for, when the season hits. All right, let's see. We love Coochie just said, okay, Josh, first off, thanks for coming out, and I appreciate that answer. So, see, I didn't see it, right? I just saw the quote on Twitter. So, yeah, if that's your style in written, when you write it out, it's not gonna come out too well. Eli, thanks for coming out, bud. Whew, I'm a little I'm feeling that pepper. My body does weird things with foods. You'll be happy if Montreal wins. It's going to embarrass Tampa, right? If Tampa kills Montreal, then the Toronto media will look so stupid saying that the North was the best division. I get what you're saying there. Yeah, the media said the North was the best division. Come on now. Come on. They had two teams, and Toronto only counts as a half. I think. I saw people giving Steve Dangle shit because he was rooting for Montreal now. Anybody catch that? It was just on Twitter, but it bugged the hell out of me because some guy called him, what do they call him? Not a grifter, but a parasite. Like he's just using people to make money. And I'm like, dude, you have no idea how much work doing this is. For somebody like him, I can only imagine that is his life. I guarantee it. All right, so let's see. Cam, thanks for coming out. Tampa will play a division opponent that they faced in the finals. Yeah. I see what you're saying there, man. So, Bud, was this the George Richards article? Kessel at $2 million retained for Yandel in a second. Why would okay. But why would they do that? I mean, I know why we would do it, but I don't know, man. I have a hard time believing why anybody would take Yandel. Although, if you look at his analytics, they're not all that terrible. It's just once you look at him on the ice, you realize, oy vey. Hey, Dwayne. All right, so Hamilton, Ontario, go Leafs, go. Yeah, hell no. Right. Extend Keith Yandel for Norris. Joseph Alex Greenland, thanks for coming out, buddy. Who do I think will take game one? Well, I have Montreal in 7, but I think Tampa Bay is going to win tonight. I talked about this with Stu, and he looked at me like I was an alien with 3 heads. That, look, I don't think Montreal is going to win game 1, but if they can win game 2, all right, they have to split in Tampa. You win game 2, that gives you some momentum going home. I'm not saying tonight is a throwaway game, but I don't expect them to win this game. That's what I'll say. But, Stu is hardcore old school, man. He doesn't – that's okay. He's my bud. All right, Stu, I saw your comment. I don't want to miss it here. Hold on a second. Right. Yeah, they canceled ours. Now, somebody – that was the one that was supposed to be last year, right? With the All-Star game. Did they give a reason? I didn't see it. I saw the tweet. That's what I saw. I'm going to tell you one of the reasons why, guys. I've talked about this. I talked about this in the Zito video, right? Who's going to complain? Okay? If the Panthers get shafted, who's going to complain? George and me, in terms of people putting out anything that even considered media content. George might throw a little bit of shade, and me. We don't have a media down there in South Florida that holds the Panthers accountable or holds anybody accountable towards the Panthers. They just don't. So the league is going to do what they can do without repercussions, right? And, Vegas is going to make a lot of money for them. You know what I mean? That'll be a wild, wild weekend. And I don't know specifically. This is an imaginary guess that wouldn't shock me because I don't know Vegas's political situation, but could it be political? Could it be a little bit political? I don't know. Yeah, they take Marshmallow, then they take the All-Star game. I know it's not cool, but I'm definitely gonna have to look into that. Jeremiah Maxwell, I appreciate that, man. Genuinely, I appreciate that because it's it took me a long time to build the hockey up. So I get that it's going to take a while to build the football up. I just don't want the low views on the football stuff affecting how much the hockey videos get shown. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that. All right, let's see. Yeah, you can't be any more embarrassed than 2019. That's for sure. That is for sure. And then imagine the Panthers thinking, hey, let's go get the goalie that shut them down. That didn't work out so well. Did not work out real well. You think the Habs will slump after this year, bud? That's interesting. I have to hear the reason why. Now the Coyotes, the Coyotes organization is absolutely losing its head. But I'm curious why you think the Habs will slump after this season. I mean, Price has still got a solid 3-4 years left before you would expect any deterioration. And Caulfield is, I'm telling you, that kid is lit. And I'm not a big brag about other, I bitch about everybody. So if I'm bragging about somebody, that guy's good. And by the way, after this playoff performance, I am even. I am done. Not done, but no more bitching about losing Marchessault and Smith, because we already got enough guys that don't show up in the playoffs. Hey, thanks, Joseph. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, maybe people have said my streams are good, and I appreciate that. Maybe it's just because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I just coming on and talking like I'm talking to everybody else. You know what I mean? This is my personality 24/7, unless I'm tired. Deadpool, yeah, man. I know people keep asking me to come out. I'll give you the short version because I know people are sick of hearing it. Between my health and the dogs, it's not likely. It's not likely. I want to do it, but it's difficult on me for a myriad of reasons. All right, let's see. Jeremiah is a guy who spent a lot of time in the Army. Right, yeah. You pretty much hate all Army officers because you work for a damn living. Well, I tell you what, Jeremiah, I was going to join the military, but I joined the Air Force instead. That's my line. I was in during Desert Storm, Eielson Air Force Base, Alaska. So, quick story here, and I know some of you guys don't like the military stories, but this is a good one. Jeremiah, when the chat's jumping on me, when I was at Eielson, basically across the street is Elmendorf, right? And you could see in the morning, we'd be in our civvies, okay, 6:37, because we didn't have to be to work till 8:30 or 9. We'd be in our civvies, walk into the dining hall, and on the other side of the highway, you Army guys would already be in formation and doing PT and jogging. And you guys like shooting us the bird, and we'd be like, "Hey, how you guys doing, huh?" So I remember that, and there was a lot of play between the Army and Air Force guys because, the Air Force guys have it so much easier. We didn't have to do any of that crap that you guys did. All right, let's see. Vegas is old news. This is the final. Yeah, I got you, buddy. I got you. Stu, I think we got like 100 views. Yes, Stu was right. We did a preview video for the finals, and we talked a little bit about the ending to the semis and everything for both teams. But we did a preview video for the finals, and Stu likes to make sure everybody watches those because he's usually right about his takes, and he wants to make sure everybody knows that he's right there. But he is. He knows his stuff. So, yeah, if you haven't watched it, especially as the series goes on, go back and watch it and then message Stu and tell him how right he was. So he'll keep doing the videos. Papa Grande. Hey, man, it was genuine. You know what I mean? I really thought the Islanders would do better. They did not look like themselves. And hey, I don't know if I forget who it was. I'm gonna talk about this on the channel on the Ask Jaws video tomorrow. Somebody left a comment saying that that I needed to accept that Stu and I needed to accept that Tampa was good and that they didn't Islander the Islanders. I'm going to address that on the Ask Jaws tomorrow. But I will say, at no point have I said anything other than Tampa's got a great team. They got a good team. I haven't. when I say the Islanders, it's for me. It's not an insult. I'm giving them a compliment that they can beat you multiple different ways. All right. Hey, Deadpool. Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be cool, man. Thanks, bud. Oh, hold on. The chat jumps on me so much, and then everybody gets mad that I miss stuff. High five. How you doing? Will I ever go see the Panthers when they play in Washington? I actually, before the stupid virus, yeah, I was getting it together to where I was going to be able to go. Once the schedule comes out, then I can look and I can know. It's still I have to work it out because I can't drive there myself because the vertigo. So I can't do bridges and I can't do highways. So to get there for me, it's not as simple as just driving in the car and going for 2 hours and coming home. But yeah, I definitely want to make that happen because that's something I can do without having to spend the night anywhere else. Or if I do, it's just the one overnight. And I don't have to get on a plane or an airport. You know what I mean? Oh, wow. You went to see, I've been to the 10-11 playoffs with the Canucks. Very cool. Deadpool, Navy vet. Outstanding. So we got Army, Air Force, Navy. We got any Marines in here? Oh, cool. Military with the Canadian forces. Very, very cool. We've got it all here, man. Jeremiah, let's see. I was stationed in Alaska. You live in Alaska now. Yeah. Yeah, but right back at all of you guys. Thank you for your service. Absolutely, man. Airborne trooper run around in -20. Yeah, -20. The people think you're joking, man. The coldest I had the years I was there was about -55. But like there was a day in January it got up to 6 degrees. We were outside playing football in our t-shirts because it was balmy. So yeah, man, Alaska's a special thing. Funny thing with Alaska, Jeremiah, I left basic training for me was in February. So I left Miami because that's where I was born and raised. Then I went to Texas for February and March, whatever it was. And then tech school was 8 weeks, and that was at in Colorado Springs. And then I went home to Florida, and then I went to Alaska. So I got there like June, and everybody is like losing their minds. So like, because the sun is out, and it's, it was 80 degrees, 75, 80 degrees. And everybody's just doing stuff 24 hours, like they're going crazy. And I'm like, what? The sun is out. It's warm. What's the big deal? And then I went on a TDY to Georgia the last week of October. And I got back the first day of November, and it had already snowed so much that my bicycle that I left on the bike rack was covered. So then I figured out, oh, that's why they was all going crazy in June. Yeah, Deadpool, you're from Buffalo. You've had enough cold. I love the cold, man. Joseph, you live next door to Alaska. You could say I'm Canadian. Yeah, close. Very close. Kane Tier, how you doing, buddy? Did we talk about the Panthers getting robbed? Well, yeah, a few people have mentioned it. I saw the headline. I didn't see the story, so I haven't read up on it yet. But once I read the story and everything, that may be a second video tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be the Ask Jaws video, and then I probably am going to do one about that because that if that's what it is, if it's just they just swiped it from us and gave it to Vegas, there needs to be a discussion about that. Absolutely. I just did a little bit again there, but I'm gonna make a video, Kane. All right, hold on. Let's see here. Deadpool was you. Okay, yeah. I'll talk about it tomorrow a little bit more. But when I say that, I'm not saying it as an insult. You know what I mean? Let's see. Hubie must be hating getting a Panther. Oh yeah, good point, Cam. Well, it's got to make them look right because that is the team that they've thought about. That he is thought about going to if he was going to go anywhere. And And what's interesting about that's a really good point, Cam. That's actually a really good point. Because if we don't re-sign him, if we don't extend him next year, is when, is next year Huberdeau's last year? Somebody look that up before I say something stupid. But I'm pretty sure next year is his last year, right? So the point being is that if we don't extend him and there starts to become trade rumors and Montreal is good, we would never, but they're in our division. We would never do that, right? Right? We're going to extend Huberdeau. That's how it has to go. Ryan Roddy, thanks for coming out. You love Cooch. All right. Yeah, somebody up above said that he just has a deadpan sense of humor, which makes sense if you see it in the written word, obviously. If you just saw it written out, it looked like he was being a jerk. But now I understand what you're saying. Gotcha, Roddy. Gotcha. Appreciate that. Ooh, there goes that pepper in my stomach, JB. I'm going to know I did that. Let's see. You'll drive me to Florida? That's funny. That's a hell of a drive, man. Yeah, Doug McLean. Yeah. Is that true? I did not know that, man. I did not know that. Bud the Monkey, your dad was in the Coast Guard. Yeah, my brother was Air Force and Navy, actually. I wish I could. I got to do something better with this chat. When I get to the new thing, it jumps a full screen, and I'm always having to just, let's see, slept in a snow shelter, Fort Greely, 55. Yep. Yeah. Well, Jeremiah, it depends on the wind, right? If people don't believe you, but, I'd rather have negative 55 and no wind than like 8 degrees and it's raining and windy. Yeah, no, Anchorage is not as bad. No, because Fairbanks is in that valley, man. Ray Santana, that's a new name to the channel. Thanks for coming out, man. Yeah, exactly, man. Somebody please stop this team from winning it 2 in a row. I mean, we're just never going to hear the end of it, especially us Panther fans. We will never hear the end of it if they win it again. Yeah, I know, Raven. I know. I want to read up. I want to see if the NHL came up with any kind of reason why they did that, and then that'll be a second video tomorrow. I got to do the Ask Jaws, and then definitely I'm gonna have to touch on that. Frank, did I ever skate on a frozen lake and play hockey? No, but what I did do, I water skied in a lake with giant chunks of ice. That I've done during breakup. The ice, the lakes completely freeze over. And, April, it's still breaking up. May comes, there's still some pretty heavy-duty chunks of ice in the water, depending on where you live. And I want to say it might have been Memorial Day. I know that sounds late, but it was a day when everybody went out to the lake, and it was a holiday for us. So it might have been Memorial Day. But yeah, I water skied, and there were giant. I mean, like 4x6 chunks of ice floating, and we were like Solomon through. It was fun. It was a blast. I hate the cold. I don't blame him. So Bud the Monkey, the expansion draft is July 21st at 8 p.m. How long is that going? Is that at 8 p.m. Eastern? I assume somebody, if they can go in and look and check how long the last one was, how many hours am I going to be streaming? Because I'm obviously going to start at least an hour beforehand, maybe more. High five. Thanks for coming out, buddy. 2 years from now. You're talking about the All-Star game? I think so, yeah. But yeah, look, it's that way every year. We get all these rumors and everything like that. The Huberdeau rumor has been out there. It's just been innuendo the entire time he's here. He's going to leave and go to Montreal. It's just the way it's timing out with Montreal being really good now. Now, in the past, that rumor came out. Why would he want to go there? But now they're good. And now I don't want to lose him, obviously, but I'm sure that I'm sure it's crossed his mind. Except who the hell wants to go live back in Montreal instead of going fishing with his buddies on the boat? All right, let's see, Jeremiah. If you have to be honest, outside of the Boston Isle series, I thought the Panthers both. Yeah, the Panthers. Yeah, we're not that far off. I agree. We need defensive help, and we just need to admit that Spencer Knight is our goalie. And look, Ekblad being out really killed us. A lot of teams they can miss a guy, but for us, he was such an anchor, and we're so weak defensively already behind him. A week-ish, that losing him, it was just too much. It was too much to overcome. Yeah, going on the snowmobile. I never went on a snowmobile. I never went on the ski-doo. Never did it. All right, let's see here. How far behind? Okay, I'm not that far behind on the chat. Good. Let's see. Yeah, ice skating. Yeah, I haven't been ice skating on a frozen lake. I've been ice skating in a regular thing, yeah. Yep, 20 minutes. We got 20 minutes, so I'll stop. I got about 10 more minutes on the stream, 10, 11 minutes. Yeah, the windshield at Fairbanks is nothing to mess around with. Do I think Krejci would be a good fit? Let's look him up. Let's look him up, Raven, because I'm not too far behind on the chat. Let's look him up. Let's see. All right, let's see. I want to see what he's been up to. Right? Obviously he's been around, but is he declining? Yeah. Let's see. Face-off percentage looks good. I like this. Look at the stats to see if he's when these guys get to, what is he going to be? 35? I don't know. I'm guessing. What age is he? 35. I guessed right. Okay. Do I think he'd be, well, I mean, where are we going to put him, right? No. If we didn't have Lundell, that might be a name. But look, I mean, the last season, 51 games, 8 goals. I mean, I know he's got a lot of assists. But it looks like if you look at the last 2 seasons, he's at that age. It really looks like his play is deteriorating. And we already got that with Hornquist. I didn't even look at the cap fit. Oh, you told me to forget the cap. Well, either way, I don't see where we really going to fit him in. Not with, if Lundell wasn't coming, he'd be a decent, or if like we lost to Chari, you want to put him on the 4th line. But from what I'm seeing, and I'm sure a Bruins fan could chime in that maybe his play has declined a little bit. Joseph, all right, you're going to say Montreal's going to win. Yeah, I've got Montreal in 7, but high five. Thank you for asking that question. I appreciate that. I'm going to answer that question about, am I going to do a review for every Dolphin game? Here's what my NFL content off the top of my head is going to be. Sundays, I'm going to be doing the review of the Dolphin game. This is all, if there's no hockey, the other stuff. I'm always going to do a review of every Dolphin game. If there's no hockey, some of the Sunday night games I might do a review. The same thing with the Monday night games. The same thing with the Thursday night games. On Tuesday, I'm going to do a preview of all the NFL games. On Wednesday, I'm going to have a guy that does fantasy football, and he's going to come on for about 5 or 8 minutes and give some recommendations that way. And then I've got a few other things. So that the point is that, and I'm going to be doing stuff like that for hockey too. I'm not going to just be doing just Panther stuff. So the bottom line is I'm going to be doing all the Panther games, all the Dolphin games, and basically as much other content as my brain will allow me to do. And, all the Panther games next year are going to have a live stream before the game. The Dolphin games will have a live stream before the game. The only question I have is once the Panther schedule comes out, if there's any conflicts with Dolphins and Panthers being at the same time, that's the only question I'll have. Most likely in that event, I will probably do the Dolphin game and then rewatch the Panther game afterwards and then make that video, because there's only 17 football games where there's so many hockey games. So, or maybe I do like a pre-cap for the hockey game like I do on occasion. But yeah, no, there's not going to be a day that goes by that there's not at least 2 videos every day. That's where I'm headed, buddy. All right, let's see. All right, so Armia's in, huh? That's interesting. Yeah. Who you say what to, Joseph? Let's see. Wonder if the lighting will end the series of the show. That's some scary shit there, okay? Every time they're in an elimination game, freaking Vasilevsky pitches a shutout. What I'll say is Montreal needs to, well, I guess if you get to Game 7, you're in elimination territory. The answer to the question is no, because Montreal is going to win the series. Yeah, they're saying Armia is going to be in. What was the deal with Armia? Because I saw not injury related. Was it COVID? Was it COVID? But what's going on there? Oh, yeah, Joshua is a Florida who worked in Alaska. The mosquitoes in Alaska are they're like hand size. They're huge. And the vultures, we would just call them dumpster chickens because, again, they're absolutely huge. Everything in Alaska is big, man. Everything. All right, let's see. We got a couple minutes left here. I want to make sure. No, Joseph, I don't stream the games. That's why I do it beforehand and I do the recap after. Now, next season, what I'm going to try to work in every once in a while is like streaming the third period of a game or streaming the fourth quarter. But because I do the recaps and everything like that, I have to pick one. You know what I mean? To stream an entire game. I mean, eventually I may do something like that, but I can't do both. It would just be too much coming and going, I think, because my recaps I do during the game and then right after the game. So there'd be too much dead space to stream an entire game right now. Joseph, we have the next Carey Price. We do. His name is Spencer Knight. Would I like Hoffman back? I wouldn't mind a Hoffman back for the playoff run, but what we need is a winger for Barkov, right? Are you going to put Hoffman on that top line? I don't know. You're going to what do you do? Put Tippett on the top line with Barkov and put Hoffman, Bennett, and Huberdeau together? Maybe. That could work. But I don't think Hoffman's coming back because, remember, he signed for less than we were willing to give him. So it sounded to me like we just didn't want him back. Do I think Lundell will be great, or could he no, I think Lundell's going to be the real deal. And I base that completely on having not seen him and just hope and wishful thinking. Borgstrom is an enigma, man. The guy has so much talent, but when he would go out there on the ice, it just didn't translate. It just didn't translate. I hope he does well. I hope he does well. But no, my gut tells me Lundell is going to be the guy. 3C. Let them come in at 3C. We got to get Bennett signed for 2C. Thanks, Joseph. I appreciate that, man. No, this is. I've had this beard since 2008, 7 or 8. Yeah, it just used to be all one color. Yeah, man, Derek, I agree with you, man. It's going to be nice to just have a regular old season and everybody in the stands, and it's gonna feel good. All right, I got a couple of minutes here left. I want to make sure I don't miss too much here. All right, I'm gonna go to the bottom, okay, and then I'll go up. Hey, Stu, okay, you're talking to Jeremiah. Good. You think just the team, Eli, I'm reading your comment. You think the team's logo and the thumbnail is just taking a picture from the game? You talk about the football ones? I did that in the last one, I believe. Let me verify that. In the last football, let me see. Because I think you are correct there in that I need to work on that. No, I didn't. I did that for the Cup Finals one. Right? And with Stu and I. So, who was that again? I forget. That was Eli. Eli, that's a really good suggestion, and I appreciate you saying that because it kind of reminds me. It's one of those things where I get it in the back of my head, and then I'm like, I'll just use my picture. I'm going to keep my picture for the hockey recaps, but I think you've got a good point there for the football stuff. I absolutely agree with you, and I think I'll do that from now on. All right, real quick here. Real quick before I go, if you haven't asked a question for this week's Ask Jaws, I have a lot of questions. I'm not sure how many more. I may have to piggyback some more, but if you just go to Twitter and use hashtag Ask Jaws, and I will do my best to answer your question in tomorrow's video or another one later on in the week if I have to do that. And I also will be replying to comments left on the videos here. So, yep, just this once. Let's go Habs. I saw a question I wanted to answer real quick here before I get ready to go. If I was the head coach of the Panthers, who would I pick? You talking about for the Panthers, bud? Spencer Knight. Spencer Knight, man. There's absolutely no question. Spencer Knight is the dude. We have a $10 million backup goalie. The Cats shoulda, woulda, coulda, yeah. All right, guys. Frank. I made a video about that, man. The South Florida fans, yeah, a lot of times they'd rather be at the club. You know what I mean? Oh, do I think we will see more stands in the fan? But yeah, look, and I see what you're saying. No, Miami. Okay. What we will see next year is a full house in the first game. And then after that, we'll see our normal, what is it, 12, 13,000 that we get, maybe 11. And then as long as they win, things will improve. You have to win in this town. There's nothing else. There's nothing else. You can't even advertise that we are going to have naked dancing girls on the ice and get people to show up because they're just going to be like, what? There's like a million naked dancing girls clubs. Okay. You have to win in South Florida. That is it. There's nothing else. You can go spend all the money on the free agents and make the building as nice as possible and have the Wi-Fi be lit and everything else. If you don't win, fans ain't coming. Yeah, that is it. That is South freaking Florida. Been that way forever. Not going to change. All right, guys. This was good. Go Habs, go. Although I'm not so sure at Montreal. Don't get disappointed if Tampa Bay wins tonight. Okay? Let them have it. Montreal's going to win game 2 and game 3. Game 5, and game 7. I'll say that again. Montreal is going to win game 2, game 3, game 5, and game 7. And now you're bad at math, but that's 4. All right, guys. I appreciate everybody coming out, and we will see you after the game.